Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 13 of Sunset Mirage. So, immediately after stopping recording on last episode where we built this little waterfront transit hub, everything literally went to shit and everything went up in flames. As you can see here, the trees have still not grown back. So that nice, lovely, organic little park space I made here, and all these trees, yeah, all gone. All of it went up. So I did end up throwing in a fire station over here to sort of address that issue for now, which is really just a temporary solution. I will eventually come back to this area as we fill out this residential stuff here, and whatever else, we decide to put here, to address the lack of services in the area. But right now, it's not a huge deal, so I'm gonna ignore it for now. The only thing I really want to do over here really fast is connect this guy up, just because since I threw those in at the end, I just didn't bother with that at the moment, and now they're gonna have some, some thieves here at the completely empty ferry station. Yeah, crime doesn't exactly make sense in Cities Skylines. When does it? Yeah, so I'm not gonna worry about that today, though. I want to instead come all the way over to the other corner of the map, literally the opposite end. And what I want to do is open up this tile here. So this is our last tile for now. We have about 3,500 people before we reach the next milestone, but we don't unlock a tile at that one. We unlock some interesting new stuff, some transit hubs, some stadiums, and some water treatment stuff, which gives me an idea to make a sort of a dedicated water treatment plant kind of build. So I think that could be fun once I figure out where maybe to place it, which if you have suggestions on where that could go, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But yeah, it's not actually until we reach Capital City at 32,000 people that we unlock our next tile, which is a pretty hefty amount of residential expansion. But I think we definitely have the space for that. We have tons of empty space over here. This is all going to be filled out with residential. So I don't think we'll be struggling to hit that milestone with the amount of space that we have. But anyway, ignoring all that stuff for today, I want to come over here and start expanding a couple of these networks. Now, this is generally where I struggle the most with how to expand. I'm just really bad at it. I just, all this empty open space is just a little bit daunting for me. So the main networks that are coming out in this direction are obviously this one on the waterfront here, where we had our trolley bus line, which I will probably cut off here today and stop with the trolley bus. We have our couplet system here that we need to join back up together, and then this little arterial coming from our main road. So if you have ideas for exactly where these all should go, comments and suggestions down below would be super helpful for me, because I'm really bad at that. I'm thinking this can connect somewhere up here and create another little interchange. And then these two can go off, like the couplet can go straight off that way, and maybe this one can curve around and go eventually into the downtown. But if you have other thoughts, please feel free to let me know. But we don't need to worry about too much of that today. What I would like to do is build an office park. Because my goal here today is to start growing in height as we move along the water here and into the downtown. I would like buildings to start getting a little bit taller. Not aggressively tall, but just a little bit. So I thought an office park would be the perfect way to do that. So, and using a couple unique buildings from the Skyscrapers DLC, since there are a couple ones that aren't too aggressively tall. But before we can get into that, I need to start building out a frame for it. So I'm going to grab the dirt roads here, and to bring our couplet system back together, I want to bring them out from here, so we keep that 4-tile distance in between them, just like we have with the couplet over on this side. And then, so from here, I'm going to just take them out a little bit further to about another 40 units or so. And then, since I obviously need these to join up in a realistic, organic way, I'm going to go ahead and knock these back a little ways. And then grab our curve tool, come out by about 10 units, and in about here, 320. and then in by 120. And then we'll just mirror the same thing on this side. 320, 120. All right, and then we'll join them up here. And this will continue on down and join up with our trolleybus line. Well, not the trolleybus line, but that street anyway. And then this will come out here and join up with that as well, just to create some... this road is hard to work with, and I need some zoning, and so I might as well just come out from this road, because connecting anywhere else is just not going to work. Okay, and then back to this side, I'll close this in here. Then, I want to find a midway point here, and come down to here. Then from here, I'm going to go out by 200 units to either side, and then 300 down. Now, what I'm doing here is kind of creating, like, this is going to be our main little office section area, and I would like to have a nice little plaza in the middle. Not actually one of the main, like, the actual plazas that come with the game, but a little homemade one. So I'm actually going to go ahead and map that out a little ways here. I would like some paths to come in, and what this is going to be is a sort of area where, like, people from that work in the offices that will be here can, like, come outside and have lunch or something. That's sort of the vibe I'm going for with that. And then I would like to bring this out down here to about, oops, not there. What am I doing? From here. Why is it? Oh, that's a path. That's why. It's not the dirt road. They look almost identical. So, about to here. And then this one to about here. I think that'll do. And then, to continue this street, I want to grab our 4-lane road with trees and bicycle lanes, because that's the closest one to this, because there's not a bike lane one with trolleybuses, but I can do that. So, and then I want to go ahead and grab our freeform tool, and I think I might need to knock this one back a little ways. Let's clear out these trees so I can see things a little bit better over here. Okay? Hit that up and connect it in to there. Then grab our dirt road again and connect it in. Cool. So I think that'll do. And then I also want to continue the key down here as well. So we'll go ahead and expand all that out. Grab our curve tool, come out about here and to about here. I think hopefully that'll allow me to go straight on from there. Nice. Okay. Then what I would like to do is grab our tram line as well. I would like to continue that along the waterfront. So if I go ahead and into our tram roads, that's Metro Tram, and find our pedestrian ones, I want to have this follow along here. Go ahead and curve it around. See, I want to keep that one tile distance for as long as possible. So keep it going through there. And then hook it into this road there. And then over on this side, I want to go ahead and grab our tram-only track. Bring it out to, I would say, here. And then connect it in to here. Then this road, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to a 2-lane road with tram tracks. And bring it straight down here. And then that'll connect through there and carry on down this way. So we'll go ahead and create a quick little tram turnaround as well. Just to make sure that this is, like, functional for the time being. It obviously isn't going to go anywhere and people aren't really going to need that stop. But we can go ahead and get that all sorted out now before we forget about it later, because I am prone to doing that. So let's get that in there. So that stop is fine there. Then we'll do another one in here. Oh, not a new line. I want a new stop. Can I bring that down? Yeah, about here instead. I think I like that better. Mirror it there. And then I guess we'll go for one on the water down here, which will eventually have something down here. Okay. Then I can go through and upgrade all of our roads. And the first thing I want to do is grab our 3-lane, one-way road with bus lanes to continue our couplet. And I want to turn off snapping on it, because I don't want any buildings growing on this road. And since I'm going to be zoning up a lot of things, I just want to avoid that problem at the start. Okay, and then I want to use a bus lane to go through here, because I am going to have the buses come through here, but I don't want other traffic coming off of this couplet into here from here. I want them to be using the other ways to get in. So, for the regular pedestrian, or not the regular civilian traffic, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Turn our snapping back on. Well, actually, I guess it can be off for this road, too. Don't need any zoning there. Turn it back on for all these inside roads. And upgrade them all. Okay. Then, what I would like to do is grab, let's see, here. And I'll do the same thing all the way across there. And close these off over here as well. Now, they'll only be able to come in this one way, but that's fine by me. Did I do that right? I think so. Whatever. It'll work. It'll work. I think I might have made this a little bit too short, but, let's see. Measure that again. Yeah, I think I did. Let me see. Let me just amend this really fast on the inside here. Okay, there we go. I think that is better. I wanted 4 tiles in between, so I went a little short, but that's okay. That's all sorted out now. Let's go ahead and re-upgrade these roads, and we'll be good. Okay, and go ahead and find that bus lane road again. Perfect, it's already there. There we go. And go ahead and throw our paths back in here, our little plaza space that we'll eventually make back in the center. Cool. Okay. So now, oh, I forgot about these ones too. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? What am I doing? So many roads. And I just forget. Okay. So turn our snapping off on that one again. And do that. And grab a regular road one more time. And put our snapping back on. Or, I mean, our zoning back on. Go ahead and put that in there. Okay, now what I want to do is bring in that height, I want to introduce a couple of our unique buildings from the Skyscraper's Content Creator Pack. There are a couple that are not too huge, so I want to go and find, yes, I think, not that one yet, no, this one. And I want to go ahead and put that, can I get it to go on that side? Or is it not going to behave with me? Oh, I had it there for a second. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at that. It's tall, but it's not aggressively tall. Especially when you have this hotel here that I didn't really mean to grow in, but I didn't hate it, so I kept it. And then you just kind of have like a more gradual growth in that direction. And then we'll do another one on this side. And I had found the perfect one that I really liked. This Island Park Tower. That I will go ahead and throw here. And then so it's just like, it's a bit taller than that one, but that's kind of the goal. I wanted to sort of gradually introduce a little bit of height. And the rest of the buildings won't be quite this tall. So it'll just be those two that really add to that. And then as we go further along, then we'll have more and more buildings that are taller. But yeah. So next what I would like to do is bring in some public transit as well. And I'd like to get a metro line in. It's not going to go anywhere yet, as with, basically all of the stuff that I do. We're going to throw it over here. Well, you know what? I don't, because I want it to be able to... Yeah, so I do want it to be able to, I don't want the line cutting off all the, zoning on this area. So I do want to actually go ahead and throw some parking in. And so we'll grab these larger ones. I think I should be able to get the street out from there, right? Yeah. Okay. And I think I should be able to fit one more in there on the other side. Cool. And then I will grab our metro and throw it here. And it'll eventually go, you know, somewhere. Not really sure where this direction, but this way it'll probably go straight across into the downtown. And have, who knows what this will look like. I have no idea yet. But, we'll do that. Well, let's go ahead and get water before I forget. Whoa, what happened there? Okay. Let's get this in before I forget, because I will absolutely forget. If you've watched any of this series, you'll know that this, I literally forget it every single time, and then half my buildings are about to die. Okay. That's taken care of. And the power situation will sort itself as we go along. Now, to sort of introduce this area, I want to have a couple of plazas. So I was thinking that I could put these two back to back here. Or like, you know, across the way from each other. And sort of be an entrance into this area. Then I'd like to start getting our office zoning in. So I don't want to fill up the whole area, but I do want some of these larger corner assets to come in here. So I want to specifically zone these in for now and see what we get. Because there are a couple ones in particular that I'm looking for. So let me go ahead and see what we get in first. Okay, so yeah, these are exactly the assets that I'm looking for. These sort of taller, but like not aggressively tall buildings. And I kind of would like them all to be on either four corners here. And then in the middle, I would like just some low density commercial. I think that'll make it a little bit nice and kind of make sure that this area isn't too high in height. Like, I don't want it to be super aggressive. I just want to introduce a little bit of height. And then over in these areas as well, I want to sort of continue with the same idea of like crawling towards height. So I want to have like a couple office buildings and a couple high density commercial buildings to sort of move us in that direction. Oh no, I wanted commercial here, not office. Oops, go ahead and fix that. And yeah, I think we'll work with that for now. I'm not loving the zoning stuff going on here. So maybe if I throw in... I know I could just take the zoning off, but then that messes up with the buildings. And it's easier sometimes to just put in fencing along areas like this. Just so that, because it kind of will correct some of the zoning squares. So now I've got 3 deep all the way down, which is perfect. So I think I'll do a little bit of smaller ones here. And maybe some office. Now what I might do is see if I can break that. It's going to mess up the zoning. I'll fix it though. I'm going to bring in a path here first. Then I'll go ahead and fix that issue with the zoning by bringing our fence back along here and here. Let's get that square I don't need. Okay. And I think that will serve for that area. Probably throw another path in over here. I think will probably look nice. Okay. Yes, the power will jump through. Another thing that I want to do, because of course I am obsessed with them, as I've said a couple times now, I want to put in another hotel. So let's find the one that makes the most sense. If I go into hotels here, so we've got our budget hotel, which needs a little bit of everything. So we have, let's see, we've got sightseeing, shopping, business, and nature. So I think if I go ahead and put it in this corner over here, it should do pretty well. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's already at 83%, so we can go ahead and bump that up pretty high. We'll go a little bit less than full way. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna make these historical before I forget. These are exactly the buildings I wanted in, and this is exactly the vibe I wanted. And it's kind of like I said, that these people can come work here in these tall buildings, grab a bite to eat at some of these smaller commercial zones around, and then pop into the center here, where I will make a nice little plaza space out of the center. Like, it's even like a Five Guys. Fry Guys. Speaking of, I love Five Guys. I've got one right near my house. It's kind of dangerous. But yeah. So, I also, yes, one more thing that I want to add in is a couple plazas on this side. Something across the way from our station over here. Which, yes, it doesn't go anywhere right now, but it will. It will. Which, there was a really cool, fun park I found. And now I can't remember where it was. Oh, you know what? It might have been a unique building. Yes, the unique... Okay. I wanted the Plaza of the Future to come in here. I just think it looks really cool, so I want it. Yeah, it's just like a funky little building. A funky little plaza, which I like. And I feel like it kind of goes with the idea of, like, this being a sort of office center. And I know that these aren't, like, the high-tech buildings or anything, but it's still kind of nice. And I think maybe I'll do a plaza space on this side as well. The pedestrian ones are really nice, because they're super simple. A large fountain plaza? Here. You know what? Maybe I'll throw it on this side and kind of connect it with this building here. And then I'll just do a little bit more zoning in here. Maybe like a smaller high residential, or a high density commercial here. Some low density commercial there. And I think another path will serve us through here pretty well. I should be able to get it in here. Let's see. Yeah, right there. Perfect. And I'll do one coming down this way as well. Okay. But otherwise, that is gonna be the bulk of the build. Shit. This freaking thing is ugly. I don't want that. So I'm gonna go in and adjust, oh, the Fry Guys left too. Damn it, I wanted that. I'll mess with this while I do the detailing and try to keep the buildings that I want here. But yeah, that is the bulk of the build. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, detail it up, put in our little park spaces and trees and decorations and whatnot. And I'll catch you when I'm finished. All right, so that will, I think, do it for today. I'm gonna wait and hold off on to exactly where I want to take this metro line in the future. But I'm thinking it'll obviously go this way, probably connect with another train station somewhere, make a little hub out of that, and obviously eventually into the downtown, but it can't go there yet. So, yeah, if you have any other thoughts and suggestions about that, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, that is everything for today. I went ahead and just, made things historical that looked nice, that went well together, and sort of completed the look that I was going for. And I think we've achieved it. There's enough smaller buildings where it's not so aggressive and not just like, wall-to-wall buildings or anything, but enough height to be realistic that it's sort of growing into a higher density area. You have a little bit of it starting, kind of out in this area with some buildings along the waterfront, and then just kind of growing and growing. Yeah. So I think now that we have kind of taken care of some of our industry demand with a lot of the office going on in here, and we've got lots of residential, I think next episode we'll head back over to this side and start filling in some of these areas with our houses. I might have to do something about these lines. There's way too many ferries out on here. But anywho, that's a problem for another day. I serviced this area up with some, with a police station and a fire station over here. Threw in a plastic surgery center, just because, I don't know, it just kind of looks nice, I think, to be honest. And it satisfies, like, a healthcare need, even though, obviously not everybody's getting plastic surgery. Or maybe they are, who knows, who am I to judge? But yeah. That's gonna do it for today, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed the build. I've never really done an office park before, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I like all the plazas that we have in here. I think it adds, a little bit, takes away from the monotony, I suppose, of like office zoning, because office zoning can be pretty ugly and just, bland. But I think we've popped enough color and variation in here to really make it work. And I think it's going to do well. I think it's functioning really nicely. We do have some traffic issues arising. And I'll probably poke around with that off camera and see what I can do about that. I mean, it's obviously not, aggressive or anything. I mean, we're still looking at 88% traffic. And all of these have lights, so I haven't gone through and done that yet. But anywho, yes, I will shut up and leave it there for today. I'll leave you with some beautiful cinematics to enjoy on your way out. But otherwise, that will do it for today. Again, I really hope you enjoyed the build. If you did, please feel free, as always, to leave a like below. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff really, really helps me out. And I really, really appreciate it. But of course, no pressure whatsoever. Whatever floats your boat. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.